Hello, I'm Ben, and today we're going to run through how to use custom mode on the dental OS of the Make multiplier. It's a very simple process, and we're just going to press this to begin. We're going to go on add material, and we're going to be making a profile for iconic OG. Now, if you want to add a new material type, you can just press this button here, and you can use these button selections to choose the name, and then you press this button to go through the different characters. But we're actually just going to use iconic OG. You can call them whatever you want. You can change the material thickness. This goes up to 4 millimeters all the way down to 0.1 millimeters. We're going to use 0.7. And the really important thing to remember with this whole process is that you only have to do it once per profile, and then the machine saves it, and you can play it back as many times as you want. So anyone else in the lab can come to the machine and use this profile themselves. Our temperature, we're going to take this up to 165. So if you hold the button down, it will go up in increments of 10. If you click it just once, it will go up in increments of 1. Pressure, we're going to take to 45 psi. And then the reducing plate we're going to be using is the 7-shot, but you can choose from A4, 428 or 240, or none for that's for the big sheets that we have. Heat power, we're going to leave this at 100%, but if you had a more sensitive material you want to heat more evenly, you could take this down. Form time, we're going to take down to 30 seconds because this is quite a fast setting material, so you don't need to actually hold that pressure in for that long whilst it's cooling. And cool time, we're also going to take all the way down to 45 seconds. Obviously, you can go back into these settings at any point and change them. So you can make a device with this custom profile, decide that you need a little bit more heat, come back into here, change it up a little bit, and then that will save that onto the machine straight away as well. Soak time, this is the amount of time that you're actually leaving the material at the target temperature. We're going to leave this at 0, and heater on a pressure, we're going to set this at 30 psi. This means that the heaters are actually going to come on once the compressor has reached 30 psi in the tanks. Once we've got all of those keyed in, we're going to press calibrate. So it's now asking us to put our material into the machine. So to calibrate a material, you only need to use one sheet of material, which always has to go in the center of the reducing plate. I've blocked all of these out already with the metal discs that come with this reducing plate because we only need to be using this central one. So we're just going to use the magnets to place all of these on here, and this is just going to block out each of these other cavities, so we're only actually forming this one. Just going to take our reducing plate, place it in here. We're going to bring the lid down, lock it off, and then open the lid up. So the compressor's switched off. We're just going to keep a really close eye on these sheet materials. So as the sheet material starts to droop, we're going to press this up arrow here, and that's going to tell the leveling system inside the machine to bring the sheet up to level a little bit. You can see the heaters starting to flicker, which is an indication that it's nearly ready to go, and the machine's going to beep at us. We're going to bring this down, lock it off, and release all of that pressure into the chamber. So now we've gone into our holding period, and obviously we've had this set at 30 seconds, which you can see counting down here. We can change that holding period if you want to increase your cycle time, put it on 30, which is the minimum, but you can take it up, you can take it down, and after this period is completed, it's going to go into our cooling period, which you can also go back into and change at any point. So we're now in the cooling period of the machine. And again, you can change this to be whatever you want. You can actually open the machine at this point. All of the pressure from the dome has been released to atmosphere. So you can open it now and actually remove your forms if you so wish. If you've got 2 reducing plates, this is a really good way to increase cycle time. So our calibration run is now complete and we can remove it from the machine. The screen guides you through everything. So unlock the lid first. Now unlock the material. You can now take this out. Yeah, so that looks like a pretty nice form. Let's just have a little look. You take this out. It's only used 1 sheet of material. So that looks like a pretty good calibration run, which means we don't really need to change any of the settings. So if we come back here, and we've got our calibration is complete, and then we can just save that iconic OG profile, and now anyone can go back and use it whenever they so wish. And you can go straight in to forming with this profile immediately after. And if you want to go back and edit that material, it's as simple as going down to that one that you've just saved, clicking edit, and then you can go back in to change those settings. And you can also just hit recalibrate if you want to use the machine purely in manual mode as well. But we are happy with it, so we're going to continue, and then it will take you straight into the normal dental OS flow.